What is going on, everybody? This is Carnage, and today we're going to be doing episode 2 of our Zero to Hero Marvel Strike Force Starter Guide. Now, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the campaigns a little bit. We're going to be talking about your legendaries, which ones to aim for first, what teams you're going to need for those legendaries, and then we're going to talk about a little bit of what teams or what characters you're going to want for DD2. That being said, let's get started. Before we go into that, though, I want to talk about the orbs real quick. Going into these orbs, I forgot to mention it in the last episode, but there's actually some strategies and some rumors and just theories and just community talk around these orbs that opening more orbs at once will give you better rewards than just opening them one at a time. So a lot of people like to hold on to these orbs and open 10 at a time. Some people like to hold them on to them until a strike season is over and then open them all after the end of the strike season. Some people like to wait until they hit a 1 mil in the gold orb and they're like, oh, cool, I got some luck, and that's then they open up the rest of their orbs, and that's called string theory. So, and with the string theory, that's pretty much once you hit that 1 million gold, then there's a theory that you're in a good orb string, so the rest of your orbs are also going to be quite good after you hit that 1 million. So those are just some quick strategies, some just rumors and things around opening your orbs. I personally, on my main, I actually do hold on to my orbs for about a month. I just like the feeling and dopamine rush of opening a bunch of crap at once. But this is just this account, I'm just opening everything I need. I need stuff. I need to catch up. I need to keep in my, I'm a month behind in my arena. I need to catch up in my arena. I need to do all this stuff. So I need my orbs. So I just open all my orbs. But whatever's best for you, whatever you're trying to accomplish, that's completely up to you. Also, we got an availability update last night. When we go into the arena store, Dagger is now in the store when she was previously only in orbs, and Colleen Wing is now 500 instead of the 975. So she's no longer a premium arena store character. She's just a normal arena store character. So she's down to 500 with the rest of these guys. So that's very good. Heroes for Hire is going to be even easier to build now. And if you have Death Pool, then going for Dagger and Cloak, getting Cloak and Dagger, and building that new Warriors team is going to be better for your arena than getting Thylavel. Also, in the orbs, replacing Dagger in the orbs is now Spider-Punk. You have a 5% chance to get, right? Center Pillar. Sorry. 7% chance to get 7 shards, or a 3% chance to get 10 shards. So once you start working on your Web Warriors, this is where you're going to be able to get Spider-Punk. That's good. Talking more about this, if you are a month behind like I am, and you're not a whale, and you have a bad start, and you're not doing too hot in your arena, you don't need to do the Thylavel tip that I gave last episode. That's mainly for people who are pushing hard in arena, trying to get in the top 100 and even higher. So if you're not worried about trying to hit top 100 in arena, this Thylavel isn't going to be the greatest for you. You can just start working on your Heroes for Hire right away. Just wanted to mention that real quick now that we're in the arena store. Okay, moving on to the campaigns. There's going to be some team requirements for the campaigns, Once you hit Hero 7, Villain 7, and Nexus 8, you're going to hit some requirements. Here, Hero 7-1 through 7-3, you're going to need a city team. For the city team, again, I recommend the Heroes for Hire. They're already city heroes. We're already building them up for other things. Good war defense team. They do okay in raids. A great team to focus on. You'll get a lot of value out of that team. The other one that I'd recommend is Web Warriors. Web Warriors is also very good here. If you want, Heroes for Hire aren't your thing, you don't like them for whatever reason, you want Web Warriors more, you're a huge Spider-Man fan, that's fine. You do what you want to do. They're also going to be good here. Web Warriors is one of the best raid teams in the game, especially for bio raids. So that is that's definitely something to think about. Global. These are mainly going to be our Wave 1 Avengers. Just because You're going to need Wave 1 Avengers in Doom 1.7 through 1.9, I believe. So, yeah, just getting these Wave 1 Avengers here so you don't need to build them up in Doom helps. You're also going to need Avengers later in Doom as well. The only thing is you're going to have to replace Thor with somebody. You can replace him with Iron Man, who's really easy to get. You can replace him with any of the Secret Avengers that you get. You can replace him with Agent Coulson. You can replace him with Nick Fury. Plenty of options you can replace for Thor for your global team. So, but your global team's pretty much going to be Wave 1 Avengers. There's also Wakandan options. Well, no, because a couple of Wakandans are villains. Yeah, I say just Wave 1 Avengers. It just makes the most sense. But you can also build up X-Men as well, because you're also going to need X-Men for Nexus, and you're going to need X-Men for Hero Mutant. So building up a global X-Men team here. I think Uncanny is mostly global. I think Unlimited is mostly global. X-Men have a couple Cosmics, a couple Globals in the X-Men. But building up a good global X-Men team here will also be fine. Also, you can use that team to get Magneto. So a lot of value out of X-Men, a lot of value out of Wave 1. Those are the two teams I would use here. And here for the Cosmic, pretty much as Guardians, and then whatever the best Cosmics you have. There's not a lot of Cosmic hero teams. They're mainly pairs or standalones. So you've got your 3 Asgardians, which is good. If you get Mighty Thor out of this event before you get here, you can put her in there. If you get Valkyrie, she's probably going to be a Blitz release, I would predict. So if you get Valkyrie, you get Mighty Thor, you can use a full hero Asgardians here. That'd be great. If you can get Cersei and Icarus, good. Again, Silver Surfer, Kestrel, just whatever your best Cosmics here are, as well as those 3 Asgardians, because you need Asgardians for Nexus as well, then that's fine. That's gonna be help you a lot is with those Asgardians. So just Asgardians and the good 2 other random Cosmic pairs, whichever the best 2 Cosmics you have other than your Asgardians. Gamora would work here as well. I forgot about Gamora for a second. Those are all good options. Phyla-Vell, Gamora, yep. There you go. Alright, go on to villains. I already told you a little bit when I talked about the Sinister Six yesterday and their starter pack. You are going to need the Sinister Six to complete the villains campaign. Here, you got AIM, Hydra, or Sinister Six. That's all you can do. I recommend Sinister Six. Hydra's not bad, but they're a little bit harder to get. Zemo's very hard to get. Red Skull is very deep into the campaign. So just getting Sinister Six, they're easy to get. They're fine. They're gonna work fine for you. They're okay war offense. There's just nothing to worry about here with the. It's just a no-brainer. You got to go with Sinister Six, in my opinion. And here you got Mystics. It's pretty much going to be your best Mystic villains that you can get. The most farmable Mystic villains are going to be your 2 Asgardians with Hela and Loki. Then you're also going to have Nobu. You're going to have Yondu. And you're going to have Thanos. Those 5 are all farmable. And, well, Loki's not as farmable. Loki's in the raid store. But they're all farmable. And Hela's not farmable until you actually beat this. So I guess if you need to replace someone, replace them with, like, Ronan or Mordo. You've got options. Just your best 5 Mystic villains. There's no real Mystic villain teams other than Darkhold, and even 2 of those Darkhold members are also heroes. So, and one of them's a legendary, so you're not really gonna have a Darkhold team by this point. So, going on, just whatever you can get, and then you no longer have a requirement after you beat this. This is just your best villains team. It'll probably be your Sinister Six team still, but whatever. And then once you get here, you can get Iceman, and you can start working on your Astonishing X-Men a little bit. So there's that. And now we have the Nexus campaign, Nexus 8. So in Nexus 8, you're going to have no requirements for the first 3 nodes. This node is as Guardian, or Kree. You shouldn't have a good Guardian team right now. You might have a good Kree team for trying to get Nick Fury. But again, Asgardians are better than Kree. If you try to use Kree here, you're not going to have a very fun time. Just use your Asgardians. That's the easiest one to do there. That's the best one to do there. Most value. No brainer. Here you got X-Men Brotherhood or S.H.I.E.L.D. You do have some good S.H.I.E.L.D. options with the Secret Avengers. I think Maria Hill and Shannon Carter are both S.H.I.E.L.D. if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken though, but that's fine. Whatever you got is, well, no, Okay, X-Men. I don't know why I'm talking about the shield. X-Men. You're using X-Men here. Again, if you use the X-Men for your global team, they're strong here. You're going to need hero mutants going to Doom. So build these X-Men team here, and then you can go straight into Doom 1. I messed up on my main, and I did Brotherhood first, and by the time I went into Doom 1, it took me forever to get hero mutants up. If you just build up hero mutants here with your X-Men here, then you're going to have no problems going into Doom campaign. I mean, it's a little bit harder. You might have to build them a little bit more, but that's it. Cosmic Conflicts, obviously you need a Cosmic team. Just use your Asgardian. Mystic Forces Rising. Again, you need a Mystic team. 4 if your Asgardians are Mystics, so you have those 4 Asgardians plus Silver Surfer, Cersei, whatever good 5th Mystic you have, throw it in there, you'll be fine. And that is that for the campaigns. I could talk about Doom campaign, but I'm probably going to talk about that once we actually reach level 70 and unlock it. But moving on, let's go talk about the legendaries real quick. So here are your permanent legendaries. Iron Man is next to useless, and you can get them pretty easily once you unlock Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye. You only need him at 3-star. You only need 3 shields at 3 stars, so that's all you need is just Iron Man, Black Widow, and Hawkeye, and you can unlock Iron Man at 3 stars. As you build up that team, you can build him up a little bit more. Rumor has it he's getting a rework soon, so cool. Maybe getting him sooner rather than later might be a little bit worth it. I don't know yet. We'll see how that new team and that new Iron Man rework looks before we decide on prioritizing that. Shuri. You can use any symbiote team or any Spider-Verse team for Shuri. So that includes your symbiotes, that includes your Web Warriors, that includes your Sinister Six, so on and so forth. I recommend just using the Sinister Six, or you use them for Invisible Woman. You need them for the Villains campaign. You're going to have a decent Sinister Six here. Use them, unlock Shuri, no problem. Nick Fury, you need a Kree minions team. So it's not just Kree, it's also the Kree minions. So your Kree Noble, your Kree Cyborg, your Kree Reaper, all that stuff, and you need to get them quite sizable to unlock Nick Fury. So that's annoying, it's painful, but you need Nick Fury for Omega Red. So you do need to get this at some point, and preferably sooner rather than later. Star-Lord is Ravagers or Guardians. I recommend using Ravagers plus Gamora. So the Ravagers got a rework recently, and now they are actually a very powerful war offense team. They're not the best, but they can eat some old meta teams like Black Order and stuff, so that's pretty useful. So using Ravagers here is way better than Guardians. Guardians are next to useless other than Gamora. So using those 4 Ravagers, if Gamora is probably going to replace T'Challa, because you're probably not going to have T'Challa yet. But if you do have T'Challa, then she can also replace like Boomer, or you can just go full Ravagers. That's up to you. But again, the Ravagers is a very strong war offense team, so build up the Ravagers. Guardians suck. Now you see me, Invisible Woman, Sinister Six. Easy, just run through with your Sinister Six, that's it. Magneto, X-Men, or Brotherhood. Get your brother. Don't build up your Brotherhood, just use your X-Men that you're using for your Nexus campaign and your Doom campaign. Get your Magneto, and you're good to go. Doc Ock needs X-Force. This sucks because X-Force isn't super good. They're an okay war offense team, but they're a little power crypt. But Ock is so good, you really need this character. I plan on using him on my DD5 team. He's a very powerful character. Him with the rest of the Sinister Six is still a pretty good war offense team. They can still punch up on Black Order. They can still deal with a lot of the older meta teams. They can deal with symbiotes. They deal with a lot of teams very well. A lot of those early stage teams. So, I don't know. I really like Ock, and I really think he's worth getting, but you have to build up X-Force, and that amount of investment in that X-Force sucks. So, don't prioritize him. Build up your X-Force as you get them. Get them where you need them. But, you know. Ock, unfortunately, needs to be put on the back burner a little bit so that you can focus on getting all the rest of these. You actually need Star-Lord, even though Guardians suck, you still need Star-Lord for the Nowhere Heist, so that's rough. You need Invisible Woman for the Nowhere Heist. Actually, you need Ock for the Nowhere Heist, so actually, you do need to build him early. You need to get all these permanent legendaries first before you start working on the other legendaries, because you actually need Ock for the Nowhere Heist, and that's going to give you some red star mats, which is very important. So, yeah, build up these teams. Build up your X-Force, build up your X-Men, build up your Sinister Six, build up your Avengers, build up your Kree minions, and all that stuff. But don't do that until after you beat the campaigns. And I'm not talking about Doom Campaign. Doom Campaign's a different beast, and that takes a good amount of gear and a good amount of time to get through the Doom Campaign. I don't think I've even fully completed a Doom Campaign yet, just because I'm lazy, but like... this, once you beat the Nexus campaigns, you can start working more on these legendaries and building up your X-Force team and things like that. And those teams can be your Blitz teams. Those teams can go into war teams. You can have some backup raid teams. So, yeah, just building up teams is never a bad idea, but definitely get these permanent ones first. And also, the good thing about these is these also drop. Oh, you can't see it with her. But all these drop Mega Orbs, except for Star-Lord and Iron Man. They only drop Power Cores, but the rest of them drop Mega Orb Shards, and that's always very nice to have some Mega Orbs to open and try to get some good new meta tunes unlocked. After you get those permanents, you're going to get your Pimtech so you can get Jubilee. After you get Jubilee, you're going to start working on your X Factor, and you're going to start working on getting Adam Warlock. You're also going to simultaneously be working on your Secret Avengers, Nick Fury, and Winter Soldier to get Omega Red. Like I said, you could build up two teams at the same time, and those are going to be the two teams that you're going to build up side by side once you have them, so you can start getting those two mythic legendaries, two of the best legendaries in the game. And Adam Warlock goes on your Infinity Watch team. Is going to be one of the best arena teams until you get either New Warriors or you get Darkhold. So that's why we recommend building. That's why I recommend building up those first. You have your Asgardians, so Black Bolt's pretty much free. Building up your Asgardians. So that's one thing, but so you will get Black Bolt pretty easily if you were working on your Asgardians. Who else do we have for legendaries? We got Ebony Maw. He's not a huge priority. Black Order aren't very good anymore. But, of course, it is a team collection game. So, getting that Black Order and, putting them in there and stuff. It's cool. You want to get all the legendaries. I get it. But, I don't know. I don't think... Oh yeah, Phoenix is a good one to get. She's still strong. And that's about it for legendaries, I think, is the Phoenix. And then you've got MLF, who you want to work on, but she needs like 3 different teams. And she's an event, so like you'll slowly get her anyway as long as you're playing in that. And like getting those leaderboard rewards, like for example. And then you also have Rogue, who just came out. And you've got these, and you just get your rewards and... Come on. And the ranking rewards, you're going to get shards no matter where you place. Right? Yeah. Even when you get 81, you're going to get 40 shards. So you're going to get them eventually. So, there's no need to build like huge teams for them. Of course, you'll get them faster, you'll get them higher faster and everything, building those huge teams. But I don't think it's a priority. I think getting those other legendaries first and building those other legendaries up versus a legendary that you don't have to work super hard for to just eventually be given. Unless, of course, these events change and then, like, they come out as, like, normal, legendaries after this whole apocalypse kind of event is over, this massive, like, year-long apocalypse event. But for the most part, that's what I recommend. Get Jubilee so you can get Warlock, get Fury so you can get Omega Red, get the rest of those legendaries as you can, get Black Bolt just because you're going to have those as Guardians built up already. And that's about it. That's where we're at for Legendaries. But what was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, DD2 prep. The characters that we are bringing into DD2. Did I favorite them yet? Some of them should be favorited. I don't know if they're all favorited. Sherry's favorited, Wolverine's favorited, so Cersei's favorited. Yeah, they're all favorited. Okay, I should have done this before. I should have just kept them as favorites before I did this, but that's fine. It is what it is. But so we're going to go into Dark Dimension 2. To get into Dark Dimension 2, you need 5 characters at level 13 gear, and it's a good idea to make those characters of different origins so you can get in there faster. The 5 characters I am going to bring is going to be Shang-Chi for the skill, Cersei for the mystic, Miles for the bio, Shuri for the tech, Wolverine for the mutant. And that's going to be my DD2 team, and they're all going to be in my DD5 team as well. But DD5, DD3, DD4 requires you to have a city team, a global team, and a cosmic team. So we'll talk about those later as we get closer to getting into DD3 and DD4 and DD5. But for now, just worry about DD2. DD1 you don't even need to worry about. You will eventually get into DD1. DD1 is just 5 6-star characters, and like the first 5 6 stars you get are going to be who you want to bring into DD1, in my opinion. That's what I did on my main. I beat DD2 before I beat DD1, and then Ultron ended up being my 5th character for DD1. It's just how it goes. That's just what happens sometimes. So with that being said, that concludes the video. I hope you learned something. I hope you took something away from this. I hope you now have hope you're now starting to work on that better game plan, that you have these tips and tricks and better gameplay. Oh yeah, before I go, actually, I do want to talk about this real quick. Don't use your orange gear on shit that you're not bringing into Dark Dimension at first, when you're first starting out. Don't use your T5s on things that you're not bringing into Dark Dimension, or T4s on things that you're not bringing into Dark Dimension. Save your orange gear, save your T4s, save your ISO 8s, and use that on primarily teams that you're going to bring into Dark Dimension, and your primary arena team as well can also get some of those T4s. But the orange gear, once you start getting a little bit deeper in the game, you're going to start getting a lot of orange gear. You can start putting that more on your arena teams, on your war teams, on your raid teams, and things like that. But for now, when you're just trying to get into Dark Dimension 2, just trying to get into Dark Dimension 3, save up that orange gear. Only use that orange gear for people who you're bringing into those parts of the game. Once you get through like DD3, you know, it becomes a different animal, and you can kind of start using your orange gear on other things. Okay, now with that being said, now we're done. I hope you learned something. I hope you're starting to build that game plan. I hope the wheels are, starting to turn. I hope you're starting to understand that this is not just a team building game. This is a strategy game. This is a planning game. This is a lot of thinking, and to play this game efficiently, a lot of thinking and planning needs to go into this game. Now, of course, a full disclaimer on this: if you just want to have fun on this game, get your favorite heroes, just mess around and just, beat guys up, you can do that. That is fine. If you're not super worried about rushing the end game, you're not super worried about being competitive, you don't need to watch this. You don't need to do this. You can do whatever your little heart desires. But if you're trying to be efficient, if you're trying to be competitive, if you're trying to get on top as quickly as possible, this is the way to do it, in my opinion. So, with that being said, you have a great rest of your day. Peace.